Yo, what up? This is Unpacking with Jack Freeman. My name is Jack Freeman. I'm from Houston, Texas. I'm a Scorpio, and my current mood is I'm pretty calm right now. A little tired, but I'm calm though. I'm good. Let's see what we got here. All right. How has your taste in music evolved over the years? Are there any genres you've gravitated toward unexpectedly? So I grew up in a household where my parents are products of the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, right? So their taste has influenced mine. My brother is a product of the beginning of hip hop, so his taste influenced mine. My sister is a child of the 90s era of R&B and hip hop. Her taste has also influenced mine in a way. I'm the youngest in the house, so, and then we went to church. So all of those things mixed together. As it's evolved, I've become, I've developed my own palette of the things that I like. So when it comes to hip hop, I listen to more things that maybe my brother wouldn't know about or that I would put him on. My sister as well. And my dad, like me and my dad talk about music all the time. And I've taken what they've shown me, Donny Hathaway, Stevie Wonder, and, Run DMC and Ghetto Boys and Brandy and Monica and, Jagged Edge and all of these people. And I've been able to, take my own taste. Like I'm a big Rick James fan. I'm a big Shaka Khan fan. I'm a huge fan of, like 112 and Usher and, and all of these people. So it's evolved over time. Lately, I've been listening to a lot more of the newer R&B just to hear what's going on and hear what people are doing and see the talent that's coming out. I started making house music remixes a lot the last couple of years. Shout out to Molly and Tacos. Let's see what else we got here. Is there a track that evokes memories of carefree times from your youth? Growing up in Houston, we would listen to 97.9 The Box in the morning. There's certain songs that I remember that they would play like all the time. Stuff like, it's not a carefree song, but He Can't Love You by Jagged Edge used to play all the time. I Wish by Carl Thomas. There was a lot of Donnell Jones. I remember, hearing a lot of that. We were really Swisher House babies and SUC babies. So we were a good old Houston day when you hear Southside on the radio or you hear Southside, something like the DJ plays it or something like that, man. Like that's a record that, is gonna go crazy in the clubs, in the parties. As a kid, I remember hearing that and seeing that video and then trying to do the Southside when you're 7 years old. You know what I mean? Like it's that kind of thing. So probably Southside, yeah. If you could write a letter to your younger self using only song lyrics from your own catalog, which lines would you choose? I had a song called Beautiful, and it goes, you bring the keys to my heart, shine bright like a star. The melodies from the start, every song is a part of you. I wrote this song about, in a relationship I was in at the time, she asked me, she's like, when was the last time you told me I was beautiful? And I was like, I just did it like, and I thought about it, I was like, oh, it's like a couple of days ago. It's been a couple of days. And she was like, I like to know that I'm beautiful to you all the time, and I don't ever want you to stop reminding me of that. And so I went to the studio and I wrote that song. But the way I wrote it is so open-ended because in all of our lives, we have to be able to acknowledge the beautiful people in our lives, whether it be your significant other or your child or your mother or your father, your siblings. It's probably one of my most personal songs. But I would write that letter to my younger self and remind him, not to be so hard on yourself and you are beautiful and you're extraordinary. Because I didn't know that about myself until probably a few years ago, like all the way. Let's see. Is there a live performance by another artist that left an unforgettable impact on you? What made that moment so transformative? I'm a big D'Angelo fan. When I saw D'Angelo live, it's hard for me to go to concerts because I analyze the concerts. And so I have to do that for like 30 minutes before I just like let it go. He was incredible, man. Usher's tour was also amazing. That was dope. So I saw Usher's tour like 4 times. That right there made me like, yo, I gotta catch up. You know what I mean? I gotta catch up, man. How have the stories told by other artists in their music inspired or influenced the way you tell your own stories? I believe that music isn't really doing anything for anybody if we're not telling the truth. Listening again to people like Scarface or to Andre 3000 or to D'Angelo or to Donny, Stevie, all telling their own truths and telling their story. It influences me to tell my story the best way possible, man. It's about good writing. Like telling my story is so important, man. It's so important, whether it be the relationship I'm in or not in, or my family or things like that. I don't give a lot of people a lot of me, I will say that. But in the music, you can kind of hear it and I can kind of talk about it like I'm doing here. But let's see. Have you ever written or performed a song that changed how you saw yourself? What was that transformation like? I have a song called Red Light, and it's a very sexy song. When I perform it, so I've been on 3 tours in the last year. So I went on tour with Kenyon Dixon last summer. I went on tour with Jagged Edge, and I just went on tour with Durant. Everybody's enjoying the show, and then they hear Red Light. I can see the change in the way people look at me. It showed me how much better I've gotten as a writer and how I can connect with people. It's an energy that's given off when I perform that record. Can you recall a time when lyrics from another artist felt like they perfectly described an emotion or experience you couldn't put into words yourself? My favorite song by Donny Hathaway is Giving Up. It's such an emotional song. I often wonder how someone could write something that profound. You know, it's giving up is hard to do when you really love someone. Giving up, so hard to do. If you don't know who Donny Hathaway is, and you live under a rock, and you should do better with your life. What role does vulnerability play in your music, and is there a particular song where you feel you allowed yourself to be most exposed? Being vulnerable, you gotta be able to, if you're gonna tell the truth, you gotta have some vulnerability behind it, right? Pieces is a record like that for me, where I write about breaking someone's heart and how I reconcile that and help them and try to pick up the pieces to their heart if they would allow me to. Let's see. What song do you associate with some of your happiest memories? Return of the Mac. This Is How We Do It. A Song for You by Donny Hathaway. It's gotta be something by Kirk Franklin. Maybe Stomp or Melodies from Heaven. Anything Michael Jackson. I used to be so scared of the Thriller video. I was so scared, I was frightened. I don't know why. It wasn't even that scary. Actually, when they turn into the ghouls, the zombies, that's when it really gets real. It's crazy. If your life were a playlist, what 3 songs would be on it? Undressed by Jack Freeman. It's a dope record. It's produced by Brian Michael Cox, written by myself and Adonis. That would be on it. I'm gonna cheat and say MVP by Jack Freeman, written by myself, Brian Michael Cox, and Adonis. Tell me if you still care about a SOS band. Yeah. Shout out to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Yep.